Thank
you so much. My brother was asked that I should clarify on the chapter in the Constitution which states that agriculture is the backbone. I wish to inform you, because every day is learning, that when someone says it's in the Constitution yes has chapters and articles, but then when I say that it's the backbone of this country, that means it is under the SDGs. Do you know what SDGs mean? SDGs means it is part of what Uganda, it is what the government of Uganda takes as something that is our backbone. Therefore, my brother, next time you have asked, first try to understand what kind of question you're bringing to a candidate. Thank you.
We are taking our second round of questions. And we are taking now the floor. We are taking the floor.
Could I share?
From Tikito to the other side. So we start from Owen coming this side. Thank you very much. Panelists and the students at large, I'd like to inform you that about the question that is asked. In the term of Team Bees, if at all we go through and Owen becomes the guild president, we are not going to look at the resources of the university, but we are going to look at the resourcefulness of people. That is what is disturbing and delaying the development and the guild activities in the university. I would like to inform the whole community that before me coming to contest as the guild president, I made a lot of benchmarks. I went to Makerere University, I went to Kyambogo University, and I'm in touch with all the guild presidents there. They do guild activities even before the guild money is released. We have different organizations that are willing to facilitate and foster the activities of the guild. But of course, when you're not aware about them, then you will not make use of them. We have some of those organizations that's just here in town. It is a matter of writing the concepts. You send to these organizations, you show them the importance of the activity being prepared, and then they are funded. We have MTN itself, we have Airtel itself, we have different organizations here in town, we have the Scientific Parks and others. We are not, I repeat this, we are not going to look at the resources, but we are going to look at the resourcefulness of people. How best can we use these people? We get the resources to foster the guild activities. And of course the guild account, Madam Dean is here, the guild account, let it be an independent account on its own. Such that this guild money, the 20,000 that is paid by every student, we don't wait for it to come back, but it goes directly on that account to make the effectiveness and the smooth running of the guild activities. But with the little resources, they say if you have little resources, we are going to use different organizations, the examples that I've mentioned, to partner with us in different activities such that we do all these activities smoothly and perfectly.
Thank you so much, our dear moderator. On the issue of carrying out the guild activities without basically relying on the university funds or government funds. I won't differ much from what the previous speaker has said. The issue of carrying out the guild activities, one, will depend on partnership. If you don't want to keep on relying on the guild, on the government money. However, I will also differ with him that by all ways you cannot do away with the government or the university funds. The fact that this is a guild activity which is under a certain university or institution, you will not be like, I'm going to do away with the funds of the university. By all means, these funds have to be there. And that's why we're having the guild account. So whether they delay or they come in time, you have to embrace the guild funds because we have paid for them.
Brother, you can't learn that you fail to do something for the university as a guild president because the university is in transition. Yes. Just having that title of a guild president, you have the mandate of lobbying from outside for the university. I'm very happy. Last time I went to Seminary Park, request for support. I wanted to fund sports activities. I found there letters from Mountains of the Moon, and we are from Nisam Sudan. But we didn't say anything happening. And that's one of putting something on the table. No bigs. Very, very crucial. You can't wait for the university to provide all of these. Every day is there waiting for us to go to this country. Abuja is here. But we're not using these things. Yes. But now, the university, we are paying 20,000 a semester. Duty fee. 30,000. Co-casual activities. Per semester. And when you sum this whole amount, it goes to 122,500 million. Per semester. I think that we can feel that activities with all this money. Yes. Thank you.
Next question. Question. And candidates, I think
you need to manage. You have started everything. You started everything in the resume.
And
I continue.
when we end,
Continued,
if you have a question for your fellow candidate, you design it early. You have it on the program. You have we have a section of, we calling it crossfire here. We will ask a series question. So prepare them. Because the question goes, as a university, we have very many, the university admits different cultures here. And as a culture is the one that sets, it's the one that have our social norms and values. What are you going to do to promote all cultures you have in the university, not hurting the other, in and out the university? Thank you. You still have the flow from Owen to this side. It's you. Yes. The question goes, I'm reciting it for the last time. The university admits students with different culture background. And as culture, is the one that holds our social norms and values. It's where we base from. It is our basement of our behavior in the country. What are you planning to do to promote culture of every student without hurting the other, in and out the university? Thank you so much, our dear moderator, for the wonderful question that you have asked. It is true that cultures define us. It is true that we are, because of the different cultures that we have. As the Guild President, hopeful, Mountains of the Moon University, one of the things that I would do that promote culture for every student in this institution is to empower. It's the word I'm going to use. To empower the current existing intercultural competitions. I have used the word to empower because intercultural competitions are already in place. But then we are having a challenge that amidst these competitions, the intercultural competitions, there has been a breed of a certain vice which I would like to bring here, and that is the vice of tribalism. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to inform you that culture is something that we cannot run out of. But when it comes to an institution where we expect to see elites who by all means would be promoting this culture, now bringing in the issue of tribalism, then there we realize that there is a very big challenge. Now what does Isaac Kabito do to solve this? As an elected guild president, I want to thank the top university management, because in the current constitution that we are running on, it has scrapped off, it is on record, it has scrapped off the GRC seat for associations in our cabinet. This GRC seat has also caused the issue of tribalism. And therefore I want to thank the top management for scrapping it off. Because previously, we would have this representative of the GRC of associations. So you would imagine that if we elect a GRC representing the entire associations of this university, priority number one would go to his or her association. This has caused a lot of mess. Therefore, the top management, with the people that were on that committee, saw it wise in their wisdom to scrap it off. And that is a credit to them. Therefore, as Kabito Isaac, I would also empower, I would also call for unity. Unity in strengthening the cultural competitions. And cultural competitions should be transparent. This is the transparency we want to keep in touch with one another. If we hold these cultural competitions without transparency, then you expect that the issue of tribalism won't stop at Mountains of the Moon University. I beg to submit, thank you.
And I think through intercultural, it brought an issue of tribalism. And on your submission, so you're showing us that when maybe said of jealousy of how can we iron the two?
Thank you so much. I think the best way to iron the two is to look at whom do we elect or whom have we elected this specific seat. Personally, I wish to inform you that I don't believe in the notion and thinking that because you have been my very personal and close friend, that now that I'm aspiring as the guild president, Mountains of the Moon University, that means that my campaign manager will automatically be my vice president. I don't believe in that notion. And therefore, I'm saying that the type of leadership that you put in place will determine this. If you decide to have this very person you have been moving around with, and a good chance you go through and you become the guild president, and then you're saying he's the very first guy I'm going to give priority to become my guild president, then that means you have messed up things. Because you have not looked at the capabilities, you have not looked at the strength, you have not looked at the leadership skills of this person. Therefore, that notion and thinking, to me, it's a no-nonsense, and I don't believe in that. Me, I choose leaders, that is, to those that I work with, based on their capacity and their capabilities. I thank you.
Yeah, when it comes to culture, we have to come from different cultures. The best way I have only 2 points. The first one is equal distribution of services. If you are giving 1 M to a Konjo, it is the same money you're supposed to give to a Toro. By doing so, you don't have any problem with these cultures. Another one is fair judgment when it comes to competitions. We've had different tribes coming up and complaining that they stole their marks when it comes to competitions. But when these people are fairly judged, we shall never have language with these people. Thank you.
You're talking about and when look at the question, it is not stopping at giving money to different clubs or associations. We want to have a culture in us, not in sharing money. When you're running the sharing of the money equally in association, but how are we installing culture be in us as students of Mountain of the Moon? How are we promoting the culture in
Promotion of culture, all different cultures. We are based on all of our places. So it's better to advocate for what comes from our places. If I'm in Mutolo, let me stand proudly in the public and promote all practices of Mutolo. By doing so, I'm promoting culture. The same applies to Bakonjo, Baganda. So by doing this, I'm very sure our cultures will be promoted. Just learning publicly and some of culture. We all practice our culture too. People believe in them. They love the culture.
next.
Thank you very much, Dr. Maris. We'd like to form the students' body of Mountains of the Moon University that team-based leadership we will come with what we call culture exhibition. We are all having our cultures, and of course we have our origins, but we have not been utilizing them. I've never seen the Wakonjo inviting their king on culture exhibition. This thing in itself, it will make people feel proud of their culture. It will bring unity in itself. It will make people love themselves better than competitions. You know, these culture colors, when you talk about culture, someone will be looking at culture colors, which are promoting divisions, and that we don't want here. So what we are saying as teammates, we want to adopt culture exhibitions, whereby we are going to be showing different cultures from different people and their importance. And of course, if the Wakonjo are having the culture exhibition, they will invite all the tribes and we all celebrate together. I was disappointed with, I will not be shy to say this. I was disappointed with the last regime, with the last year person EC, whereby someone from Batoro was elected to be the GLC for Wawisi. So how do you do that when you are in Batoro? You are GLC for Wawisi. You are in Uganda. You are GLC for Batoro. So that means you are making people uncomfortable in their culture. So what we need to do is to advocate for cultural exhibition and we make people love their culture.
Of course, we are also concerned about time more than anyone. We first apologize, we said it, but it was not by our own making. For us, we are here. What happened in Eno and Eno society? There are some causes that cause this delay. My question is about the game of numbers. The game of numbers. When we talk about numbers, we are looking at how and where and when do we have the numbers. As a guild president, you have the mandate to make sure that the university grow by numbers. We have more students coming for different faculties. Now, my simple question will be, you will tell us the strategy. Analyze your strategy in less than 5 minutes. How, when do we have growth in numbers? As of now, the university has numbers, but enough is not enough when better is expected. I allow the first candidate to discuss this.
We are starting with Isaac.
Thank you so much, my dear moderator, for that question. Indeed, like you said, it's a point that you cannot just jump into to answer, but you need to first think. And therefore, that is why you're seeing my fellow colleagues and I are trying to first scratch our heads. We are human beings, and in an institution where you're looking for solutions, you don't just wake up out of the blue and begin to speak. When you usually don't scrutinize into the question, you end up messing, you end up saying the other way around. When the question was asking, which route takes you this way, for you will end up answering that no, you come back this side. And therefore allow us to first think through and get back to you. But as you think through, I wish to begin by saying, like you say, when, how, and what are the three key questions I picked from the entire statement. When we are looking at numbers, getting more numbers in this university. The question of when is what I'm going to tackle first. Personally, in my thinking, I think the question of when will apply on the type of intake that we are admitting at the university. The type of intake, the number of intakes we are having in a certain institution. I'm going to use an example of the private institutions. Private institutions always have around 2 intakes, 2 or 3. You will find that a certain private institution will be having a January intake, then they come and have a July intake or August intake. They have their own settings and systems. Then there is this government institution, basically, which has only 1 intake. Any government institution has one, and that is the August intake. For example, Mountains of the Moon University, a chartered public university, we used previously to have 2 intakes in an academic year. But currently in a public, we are having only 1 intake, and that will be in July. Therefore, I wish to bring to your attention that the numbers that are brought in certain institution will largely depend on the number of intakes we are having in an institution. An example of an institution, you don't expect an institution like Mountains of the Moon University to have the same number of students with an institution like KIU, Kampala International University. Because Kampala International University in an academic year, they will have around 3 intakes. And each intake will take in around 1,000 students. And in an institution like Mountains of the Moon University, but then you will not compare our number with the number of students at KIU. Therefore, the number of intakes matters a lot. Secondly, I wish that I think I need first stop on that. I think I will just show my deep understanding about the game of numbers. It's a hard question for many of you. I remember when they asked one question, assume you are given an opportunity to work in a Uganda federal rights. What would you do to increase business? The guy told me that what I would do if someone buys a small coffin, I give you as a bonus. Then I was like, are you advising the person to bring you? So you know, when we talk about the game of numbers, to understand and rise, because it brings money into the guild account, because the more students we get, the more money that comes. The question is there for them. Now, I would say that you are right to discuss it in the way you understand it. And again, you have more time to think through, because what I would say about numbers is that, you know, if it's not about how many intakes, because if you relate with animals, if you look at a dog, how many does it produce in a year? But are there so many? Do we see so many dogs? So you need to think about numbers. It's a question that as you are planning, whatever you are planning as a guild president, if you are thinking or you get a chance, that would be the hardest point, the hardest thing that you need to look at. I know your fellow friends are prepared to answer the same questions. I see them seeing me like, why can't he give us an opportunity? And we saw him how the numbers coming through. Allow me to allow you also sit as your friends and colleagues discuss yourself. Thank you. Maybe because there were 5 minutes and I just gone about 2, maybe just in 30 seconds to bring in the other 2 that I have thought about increasing numbers. I beg to be allowed. Yes? It's okay, thank you. Let my other colleagues discuss about it.
Allow me, since I've just filed on the questions, allow me, we have the next question. Because this has already, I've tried to highlight on it. Thank you. But because of the system here, you will find that the administration forces you to pursue that program on a weekend basis. Therefore, that is an issue that we are going to tackle once elected into leadership. We need to review this constitution. That law should be amended. I beg to submit.
Next. My slogan is I personally, because when you are moving, even here in the road, no one will say that you are a weekend student or you are a day student. Personally, I do computer. I major in information communication technology. I applied on it for day, but I always do my course students during the weekend. That one doesn't make me a weekend student. And even if I was a weekend student, that one can't stop me from leading an institution. What leads is the ideology, not the course you are doing and not the program you are at. And of course, even the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda calls for equality at all levels. Equality based on gender, equality based from down to up. So we are all equal and we are all united by one word, which is you are a student of Mountains of the Moon University. So what I'm going to do in my time of office, the Constitution